Kathmandu has always been a city of contradictions. Ancient temples sit beside neon billboards. Pilgrims and tourists brush past restless students. Prayer flags flutter in the wind, carrying messages of peace. But in September 2025, those flags swayed over smoke and gunfire. The spark was small, at least on paper. A government decree banning more than 24 social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, X, Twitter, to the leaders in parliament. It was a technical matter. Unregistered platforms must be banned. But to the people, especially the young, it was the theft of their voices, their freedom, and their only way to challenge corruption. Protests began like whispers. University students posting flyers. Gen Z workers chanting outside tea shops. Then the whispers became roars. Durbar Square filled with thousands waving flags, raising fists, demanding answers. But what happened next blurred the line between protest and crime. Security forces rolled in with shields, batons, and tear gas. First, they tried to disperse the crowds. Then came rubber bullets. But eyewitnesses claim they heard something else. The sharp crack of live rounds echoing across the capital. Chaos exploded. Protesters scattered, coughing, bleeding. So never got back up. In one corner of the square, a young boy barely 19 lay in a pool of blood, his sign. "We deserve" voices still clenched in his hand. That be why, the end of the day, 19 bodies were counted. Dozens more were rushed to overcrowded hospitals. The official statement called it necessary force. Protesters called it murder. And just like that, a new crime story was born today as Nepal mourned. Deeper questions surfaced. Who ordered live fire against unarmed citizens? Was the police acting alone, or were higher powers pulling the strings? Prime Minister KP Sharma Ali, already infamous for corruption scandals, was suddenly the most hated man in the country. Whispers of secret meetings, bribes, and cover-ups spread like wildfire. Parliament members accused each other of betrayal. Files that could prove who gave the orders mysteriously disappeared. For the protesters, it became clear this was not just a battle for social media. This was a battle against an entire system of corruption that had been feeding on Nepal for decades. Every corner of Kathmandu turned into a crime scene. Burned-out police vans smoldered on the streets. Luxury hotels, symbols of wealth and privilege, were torched by angry mobs. Families searched hospitals and morgues for missing loved ones. Meanwhile, the police patrolled in armored trucks. The army was deployed. Curfews silenced entire neighborhoods after dark. And yet, the violence did not stop. For journalists, this was a dangerous assignment. Cameras were smashed. Reporters were threatened. But footage still leaked, shaky cell phone videos showing police firing into crowds, protesters dragging the wounded through alleys, soldiers occupying public squares. The truth was out. Even if the government tried to bury it, the pressure became unbearable. Facing mounting outrage, international condemnation, and streets that refused to stay quiet, Prime Minister Ali resigned. But was his resignation justice? Or was it a carefully staged move to save the elites from deeper investigations? In the shadows, new names emerged. Interim Prime Minister Sushila Karki was whispered to be taking over a former Chief Justice, someone trusted to stabilize the chaos. But stabilizing meant only one thing: controlling the streets. And controlling the streets meant more troops, more crackdowns, more fear. The blood on Kathmandu's streets is visible, undeniable. But behind the gunfire lies a quieter, darker crime. The theft of a generation's hope that Nepal's youth had dared to dream of something better. A nation without corruption, without political games, without silencing voices. For that dream, many paid with their lives. The unanswered questions remain. Who gave the order to fire? Who profited from the chaos? And will the families of the dead ever see justice? In the end, Nepal's story is not just one of protests. It is a true crime of power versus people, not a crime where the murder weapon wasn't just bullets. It was greed, corruption, and silence. And until those responsible are unmasked, the entire nation remains the crime scene. If this story left you on edge, there's plenty more inside the vault of crimes. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you'll never miss the next chilling case we uncover.